Hi YouTube. Today I'm going to do a quick video on changing the sights on a Ruger GP100. And I've said this before, but this is one of my favorite guns. It's not a perfect gun. There's a couple things that it could be improved on. In quick order, trigger. We're unloading. Trigger's heavy. Easy to stage, relatively heavy. Single action, not so bad. But I'm going to do a trigger job on this. The other thing that out of the box I think it needs to improve is the sight. This is a 6-inch barrel, and it takes a little longer than like a 3 or 4 inch to get a sight picture. And stock, and I'm sure you're not going to see that, but black sight. Black rear adjustable sight. I love the sight system. I just sometimes with that black it's hard to get a quick picture, especially with such a long barrel. So a couple things I was contemplating is maybe putting some paint. I thought about doing some maybe glow in the dark paint or red paint or just something on this front blade just to help me get sight a little faster. Then I thought, well, what about maybe just checking into like a fiber optic sight or something. So I came across HIVIZ sights, and what these are little fiber optic tubes in a little, I believe this is like an aluminum body, and they come with a green tube, a red tube, and then a white. Now the white doesn't kind of transmit light like the green or the red would. And to change it, all you basically do is you just comes in this little key, and you just push out the sight from front back, and they slide out. So they start thin and they get thicker. So I decided just to keep that the green sight in to start, and then just use the key here. Just pop that back in, snaps right in. So you've got a green option, you've got a red, and then you've got just a solid white. So I'm going to go with the green just to start. So the nice thing about the GP100 sight system is it's very easy to change the sights. Much easier than like a Security 6 or some of the other Smiths. What it is there's just a plunger in here. So just take a punch and just take your time. Be careful because you don't want to scratch up your crown or anything. And all you do is, I'm probably going to do it like this because I'm going to do this one-handed. Push in and then lift and then remove. So, I'm sorry if I blocked that with my hand. So basically, there's a spring here, and that just pushes it. Then the sight blade, just pop it off rear-wise. So, then to put it back in, you kind of just do the opposite. So, I'll try this way. Maybe you'll see better. I just want to be careful because I don't want to scratch this. Alright, so push down. There's a front blade. Goes in forward. And then it pops. There you go. So, there we are. So, it's a little bit, it's the same sight height. It's just obviously, it's more of a straightforward. So, yeah, so already, I mean, again, and I'm not, so yeah, just, wow, that fiber optic really does pop out. So, and the profile seems to fit okay with the gun itself. It's got that smooth top. It's crisp with the top there. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll decide after shooting it. Maybe I want to just put the sight back on. Maybe I'll just paint this front blade or whatever. I don't know. So far, it looks pretty nice. I mean, you won't know until you shoot it. But $25. And it's the HIVIZ, and let's see what the part number is for the Ruger GP100. It's the GPLW01. $25 shipped. I picked up on eBay. Let's see if it holsters as easy. I mean, it should. The sight picture really doesn't change. No, there's plenty of room in there. So there. Alright, it's already a little different. You won't know if I'll like it or not until I shoot. See how it holds up. Feels like it snapped in pretty tight. And again, if you want to change it, you know, you've got the red tube, you've got the white tube. I'm going to start with the green. But yeah, so another nice thing about the GP100 is easy to change the sights, even the rear adjustables. So anyways, I'm going to leave that sight on there and go do some shooting soon, and I'll report back and see what I think. But so far, it definitely seemed to pop out faster getting a sight picture. So, hope you enjoyed this video on the Ruger 100, GP100. There will be some more videos at some point. I'm going to do a trigger job. I've already changed out the handle from stock to this rosewood. And I could do a video just on why I did that rather than the stock Hogue rubber that comes with it. But I'm going to do a trigger job, and then I'm also thinking about sanding this down. This is a satin finish, and sanding this all down, wet sanding of the oil, and then polishing it up to get a sheen, a really nice glass sheen. I'm contemplating on that. We'll see, but I think so. If you're into Rugers or GP100 and if you've got a GP100, you're thinking about maybe doing some mods to it. If you're interested, I'm going to do a Wilson Combat trigger kit in the future, and then I'm also going to do the trigger job. I'm going to polish the trigger and the hammer myself. See how that turns out real carefully, and see if I can lighten up this load and smooth it up a little bit. I mean, the stock trigger is not bad, but it could use some improvement. So anyways, there you go. So the HIVIZ fiber optic sight system. They make these for all kinds of guns. This is for the GP100. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you're following me along on YouTube. And I'm also on Twitter at the Part-Time Prepper. Thanks for watching, and stay safe.